Hind everyone, I welcome you all to my channel Master SSB, and today's picture is in front of your screen. So this picture shows two males and an indoor scene. One is sitting and the other is standing in front of him, facing him. The seated male appears to be in his late 30s to early 40s. The standing male appears to be in his late teen to early 20s. We can consider them to be as father and son. They seem to be engaged in a conversation with the standing male's attention directed towards the seated male. The overall setting suggests a calm and direct interaction between the two. There is no sign of stress or sign of any unwanted negative reaction on their faces. So this is a neutral picture and we have to make a story accordingly. So let us go through it and let us see our first theme on the picture. Rohan, a college student, entered the living room where his father was watching TV. He pulled a chair beside him and reminded that today evening was his mother's birthday. His father smiled, muted the TV, and they quickly discussed how to make it special without her noticing. As soon as she left for a short visit to a neighbor, they sprang into action. Rohan brought out balloons, streamers, and decorative lights from the cupboard. His father rearranged the dining area and helped hang the happy birthday banner. They set the dining table with their favorite crockery and placed flowers as the centerpiece. Rohan ordered the cake and confirmed its arrival before evening. Meanwhile, his father called close relatives and friends to invite them over. They wrapped her gift, a watch she had admired for months, and hid it under the sofa. By evening, the guests quietly gathered in the decorated room. When she opened the door, everyone shouted surprise. She froze in shock, then broke into a wide smile. Hugging Rohan and his father, she said it was her happiest birthday ever. Rohan was very content to see his parents happy. Okay, so friends, if we observe the picture closely, both the boy and father have neutral expressions. Hence, it is important to note that there was no negative problem into our story, as there was no negative emotion on their faces. And hence we kept the tone positive and proactive. It is very important not to introduce any unnecessary problem or situation. Second, the entire story takes place inside their house, which makes it both realistic and rational. This point is very important. See, we can make several themes in this. The boy convinces the father to go for higher education or to go to different hometown. We can do that definitely. Most of us are going to do that, but it should be avoided. Try to keep your theme inside the house, inside the premises of the situation shown. It makes the story more realistic and rational and connected to the picture shown. Alright, we have done that in this. Now, this situation, the father sitting on the chair in a room, don't you think it looks bit odd? I mean, who does that, yaar? It is bit awkward situation, right? But what have we done? We perfectly connected this thing to the father watching TV. Once we add this element, don't you think it becomes logical and rational कि हाँ भाई TV चल रही है room में and father is watching the TV sitting on his chair. That is how we connected this dot. Alright, now we also made sure to highlight the importance of small but thoughtful steps. The boy pulling a chair before sitting down shows good manners and a respectful approach. Muting the TV before starting the conversation reflects focus, discipline, and sense of responsibility. These details show that the characters are detail-oriented and considerate, which strengthens the overall personality traits we want to project in SSB stories. Alright. And finally, the scene itself, that the father and son planning and implementing a surprise birthday celebration for the mother happening the same evening, perfectly matches the body language in the image. It's a natural start to a wholesome, action-oriented story where the teamwork is evident, the setting is believable, and the flow matches exactly what we see in this picture. So these small, tiny steps do matter. The steps and the actions that you portray in your stories meticulously, it is very important. So do note that. Do note these small steps that I have introduced and be very thoughtful and detail oriented while making your story. Alright, so this was our first theme. Now let's have a look at another one. Rohan, a college student, saw his father sitting in the living room watching TV. Rohan pulled a chair closer to him and reminded his father about the family reunion scheduled after 3 days. His father muted the TV so they could plan it properly. They began finalizing the guest list, ensuring no relatives were left out. Rohan noted down names as his father recalled them. Then Rohan divided the tasks. His father would call the relatives to confirm, while Rohan would arrange decorations and refreshments. They checked the cupboards for spare crockery and found enough plates and glasses for everyone. Rohan quickly made a list of snacks and sweets to be ordered. The father suggested rearranging the furniture in the dining area to make more space, and Rohan helped shift a table to the corner. Later, Rohan coordinated with the caterer to confirm delivery timings. The whole day passed in cheerful preparation, and by evening, most arrangements were complete. The next day, the family welcomed their guests warmly, and the reunion turned out to be a lively and memorable gathering for everyone. Rohan felt content to see the happy faces of family members. Okay friends, a few points are same like for the previous story as well. First, neutral expressions, and hence we have not introduced any unnecessary or negative problem. Second, the realistic and rational setting, because the entire story revolves inside the house, it makes it more connected to the picture. Third, the father's placement, because of his awkward position we have used the TV element, and hence it makes it more natural and realistic. Fourth, again the small detail oriented meticulous steps, it makes the story more comprehensive and good. Okay, now there is an important point I wanted to mention it in the previous theme as well: utilizing hidden resources for realism. The story, both the stories in fact, cleverly draws on visible and implied resources within the house, such as crockery, snacks. They are not shown anywhere in the picture, but it is a logical assumption to assume that these things or these items will be present in the house. So using these hidden resources makes you more detail oriented, makes you more, it shows your organizing ability and resourcefulness. All right, so do keep this thing in mind, it is very important. Then Rohan's leadership and command. According to our story, it was Rohan who divided the tasks between him and his father. This is significant because it places him in a leadership role, showing initiative, decision making ability, and the capacity to coordinate an event efficiently, and it makes him the main driving force of the story and not his father. This is very important. The psychologist must be clear as whom is the hero in your story, and if you are making the boy as your story, then he should be the one doing all the necessary actions. So this small yet effective step is very important to be noted. All right, so friends, this was our second theme. I have given you two themes, और भी बहुत सारी बन सकती हैं. आप लोग कमेंट कीजिए, give me more themes on this story and we'll discuss on them further. So this was our video. Friends, you might have seen a picture in which two college students are standing inside the college campus with books in their hands, one male and one female. And if you want story on this picture, you can click on the story showed in front of you. So friends, this was our video. I'll see you in the next video. Till then, Jai Hind.